Alright, what's up everybody? We are on episode 27 of Death Note, which is called Abduction. Super interesting title. Who is going to be abducted, right? I mean, yeah, there's not that many options, I guess, anymore, because we've definitely sort of shrunk the playing field quite significantly, I should put it. Not only, of course, with L not being a part of the scene anymore, including Watari, but also looking at all the killings that have happened and Light having been able to proceed with his agenda, essentially, by even killing all the people in the Yotsuba group in the process. Iber and Weddy, I think they were called, right? Yeah, like, once again, I mean, we don't have that many more characters left that we're dealing with. At the same time, the abduction, what I think it's going to mean is, does have to do with L and him proceeding from the grave his his investigation in a way. I mean, once again, he is dead, but we saw, of course, just a glimpse of somehow possibly leaving something behind. Like, first of all, he had that whole track record that he talked about, which we saw Light looking at, but I wonder if Light is the only one who received information about this track record. At the very end of the episode, we go back to, I think, what was Light's orphanage, where there is a guy called Roger, who was receiving a transmission that L had died, which was very much planned to be sent at this particular point in time. We saw sort of like L's, setup from which he used to do all of his, investigative work. Right when the countdown sort of hit 0, that's when he sent it, right? So once again, would not be surprised if L has been preparing a couple of things here to somehow have this guy then, Roger, or maybe some other people in that orphanage, or other people that he knew, yeah, actually, once again, proceed that investigation and figure out a way to still catch Light on everything. Because that's the thing, the people in his direct surroundings remain just entirely oblivious. And by that, I'm talking about his dad, and I'm talking about Matsuda and all the other guys in the police force still. Yeah, like I said, Light has been able to just continue the killings. Countries have literally joined him. It's just, I mean, it's the world that he wanted is where we're right now getting. The question is he going to be able to preserve it? And I would think there, like I said, there's still going to be some obstacles. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 10 plus more episodes left here for the show. So I'm very curious, all in all, to see where this last part of the journey is going to end us up with. So, with that being said, I think I've kind of said it all. Maybe one more thing that I wanted to quickly mention, just because I forgot to in the last episode. But one thing that I love about, like the fact that L died, not that, obviously that's not what I'm referring to, but like, I love that we never actually figured out what his name was. You would think that's him dying in the show, it would mean that they had been able to figure out what his name was, Misa Sword at one point too. But they never did. They had Rem, of course, go ahead and actually be responsible for it. We never actually figured out what L's name was, and I wonder if it's something that we are going to figure out still by the end of the show, maybe, or, with this orphanage coming into play. You would think that they know a lot about his past then, his history, but maybe it's something that they're gonna just kind of leave out there. I think for everybody who's been watching the show and who will, again, regardless of if we get that answer by the end of the show or not, everybody looks at the character just as L, right? That's what we all call him. Or maybe Ryuzaki would be the other way to just put it. And I don't know, like, to me, I like the fact that they're keeping it then mysterious, and it doesn't really matter either. That's the thing. Like I said, we've been addressing him like that all this time, and it would be kind of weird to just start addressing him by a different name that we then hear once at the end of the show or something, I think, right? So, all in all, yeah, I can't wait to see where it goes, guys. I'm very curious because I just don't really have much of a clue other than a couple of hints that we've been getting about the direction that it could potentially be heading in. So for now, if you enjoy my reactions to Death Note, of course, you can already watch the next 8 episodes right now over on Patreon. That means we will be on episode 35 already. Go and check it out. It is linked on top of the description, of course, along with full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. But then with that being said, let's dive into episode 27 of Death Note. Ooh, are these the guys that we saw in the opening? Mellow.
パズルは解かなければただの敗者。
Okay. Oh, assign somebody? To follow him up or what? I was gonna say, this Neo reminds me already of like L. He's like a different version of him. Yeah, that became clear to me already.
いいよ、ロジャー。Lを継ぐのはニアだ。ニアなら僕と違って無感情にパズルを解くようにやってくれる。
He got it.
僕は出ていくよ。自分のやり方で生きていく。
Fascinating.
逮捕時、たまたま樋口の近くにいた警官が顔を知っている人間の名前を書くと、書かれた人間が死ぬノートだと言ったのを聞いています。
Okay. I was gonna say, is he standing in the White House? What the fuck?
今存在している L は混乱を避けるため日本警察が作り上げた L であり、L は死んでいます。
Wow, getting some top secret information. Yeah. So we're getting the USA involved now, huh? Okay, okay. Okay, the FBI and CIA are about to go after Light. I love it. Wow.
確かに悪いことさえしなければ、いや、善人にとってはいい世界に変わってきた。そう安易に考えてしまう人もいるだろうな。よく言うよ。いや、みんなそう考えるように必ずなる。
ただいま。
Oh no, the sister.
おかえりさゆ。お兄ちゃん、ミサさん。二人揃って珍しいわね。
Oh no, no, Matsuda, don't fall in love. Oh god. I could already hear him gasp.
さゆちゃん、大人っぽく綺麗に。さゆは刑事の嫁には絶対にやらんぞ。え、
そうですよ。絶対嫌ですよ。
Wow, so straightforward.
してないじゃないですか。お父さん、お母さん。
Mom, what the f-
松田さんって素敵だと思いますよ。
What?
本当かい、さゆちゃん。はい。
Oh my god.
がもう一回り若かったらお付き合いを考えてもよかったかも。でもライトだけは出会った時からずっと変わらずいつも素敵だよ。
Oh man.
お兄ちゃんも就職したんだし、こそこそ同棲なんてしてないで早く結婚しなさいよね。ああ、いいこと言う。
Of course you think so.
こんな不幸なほのぼの家族。面白い。
Unfortunate and heartwarming. Does it have to do with the FBI and CIA?
わかった。松田、ライト、一緒に来てくれ。
Did they catch on to it maybe? Or get told that their investigation is being taken over or? Oh. Oh, I see.
相手はわからん。相手は何か要求めいたことを言ったか。それが。長官と殺人ノートの交換です。
誰が何のために。父さん、長官はどこまで知っている。
Interesting, yeah.
ノートのことはここにいる者だけにとどめるはずだったが。
そうだ、断じて長官にも話していない。
So nobody is supposed to know about it, yeah.
そして少なくとも警察庁が所持していると分かって奪いに来ている者がいる。
犯人から連絡が。い
え、滝村長官に会いたいという人物が。
何？ FBI 捜査官
Well, here we
ジョン・マ
go.
ッケンローです。もちろん偽名ですがキラに関わることで動いてますので。では、いきなり本題で申し訳ないが、日本警察はどうも頼りない。キラ事件解決のためにノートを我が国に渡してもらいたい。
Yeah, there we go.
だったのか。長官をどこに隠した。
I mean, will Light find out about this though?
どうやら警察庁長官が何者
Oh, but it wasn't actually them?
しかもノートを狙うようなやつ
So who was it? I mean, I figured it had to be them because they know about the Death Note.
長官救出犯人逮捕に協力するという方向に話を進めてください。チャンスがあればノートを横取ります。
What the hell? So what? There's like a second party involved now too? Oh, or is it this guy? Ah, that makes so much sense. He's actually become his like... Well, another, yeah, side.
日本警察はキラに逃げ腰になり、実際エルと動いていたのは八神総一郎、茂木勘三、松田東太のみ。で、警察庁長官であるお前がノートの存在も知らなかったわけか。
なってねえな、日本警
Yeah,
察。
they didn't tell him about that, but that happened only recently, of
そ
course.
の中で一番地位の高いのは本部を指揮していた八神だな。
Damn, okay, so it's kind of a competition between the two now.
一冊はキラ、一冊は日本警察。
メロの言う通りにしていれば間違いないんだ。メロが来てからの
Yeah, so this guy was Mellow and then the other was Near, right?
邪魔なものは殺し、一番になる。どんな手を使ってもニアより先に。
Yeah, what's the deal between this competition between these two? Like, they grew up together, but were they somehow, like... What did L originally envision for them? Or did he not envision anything? Like, I mean, L was in contact with the Rojo guy at least, and Rojo had these two sort of trained. This guy sure likes his chocolate.
静かにしろ。すいません。ついエディと二人でうとうとしちまって、その隙に滝村がネクタイで。
Oh no, what is this, an Epstein type situation?
何もならんだろうが。
これがキラの仕業だとすれば、キラはこの誘拐を知っていたもの。次は八神総一郎の娘、八神沙耶。
Oh no, not Light Sister. Come on, man, that's the last person who deserves bad treatment. That's my favorite character right there.
誘拐しといてあれから何も言ってこないってな。ジョン・マッケンローと名乗っていた FBI 捜査官。この本名ラリー・コナーズで間違いない。
Oh shit. Well, I guess he can't kill him
捜
though.
査官も本物。FBI 長
They
官
would know.
滝村長官の救出には協力すると直に言ってきた。
長官はノートのことを知らなくてもエルと操作していたものは知っている。もしそれが伝われば狙われる可能性。
Oh no.
いい子に一人で先に寝るね。
What the f-
ああ、おやすみ。
おやすみ。
じゃあ俺はこっちに。長官の携帯犯人からだ。相沢、おい、虐待。
Oh, they're about to tell him about the sister already.
中止だ。滝村は死んだ。
何？貴様。
ただし、中止というのは長官とであって、ノートの交換は
Yep,
八神
yep.
沙耶と行う。
Just what I was worried for.
やられた。長官の死を逆手に左右を。
ライト、また面白くなる。長官。
Oh my god.
なんでここまで？
珍しいわね、仕事用の携帯で。
Yeah,
左右？
because it's not good news.
そういえば遅いわね。
Wow, yeah. Okay, her phone is just somewhere by the wayside.
僕の考えでは長官を殺したのは誘拐犯ではなくキラだ。多分ノートを誘拐犯に渡さないためだろう。 警察庁内の情報を得る手段を持っていると考えるべきだ。もうここにいる者だけで動いた方がいい。でないと。
Ryuka's just enjoying it all, like usual.
誘拐されていた日本警察庁長官が殺された。
誰にですか？
誰に？
By himself.
誘拐した犯人に。
キラにだったら面白いですね。
そうです。
At least that's what we're supposed to believe, I guess.
キラだったらだいぶキラが絞り込めます。
This kid is literally just like L.
レスター指揮官。彼の行方は
4年前ニアの言う施設にいたのは確かだが、その後は皆目。
Yeah, they should have never. I don't know what the deal was with this mellow kid in the first place, you know?
お前はいつも感情的になりすぎて大事なことをおろそかにしてしまうんだ。それとも
Mellow just kind of reminds me of Light.
陰に写真を残していくなんて。
Yeah, and then this kid is literally L.
後ろにあるテレビに映っている番組。確かに向こうで今放映されているもの。
Yeah, I figured that what they had in the background was just to show that it was the current time.
ノートを持ちロスへ行く。警察庁次長として、そして八神左右の父としてだ。
父さん。
Well, he warned before that he would get too emotional, remember?
そうですよ、次長。しかし、2日以内にロスだ。
Oh, a dodgebot.
では、滝村を殺したのは誘拐犯ではなくキラだと。
その線もあると言っているだけです。
Did he though?
そうだったらキラは日本警察の情報を得ていたことになる。
Oh, yeah, I mean, he did know that he was kidnapped, of course, so he could have just done it.
ヘルだ。今の。
The current L.
ジョン・マッケンロー。いや、ラリー・コナーズ捜査官の話は八神次長からお聞きしました。
電話を。
Tapping it?
2代目 L はじめまして。
Yeah. Oh, right, because, oh my god, there's so much to keep track of, but they didn't know L, or they're not supposed to know L died. Light is just pretending to be L, the original one.
ふざけているのか。しかし、この雰囲気は何なんだ。
Wow, holy shit, man. Wow, yeah, so I had definitely not expected that suddenly in the span of this one single episode, we would have a much clearer idea of the overall direction the show was going to be headed into, which again was the main thing that I asked myself all this time. But also that it would be this complex already, once again, just I feel like so much happened in this episode. So we start off back in that orphanage, and I guess it now started becoming a little bit more clear to me than, you know, like, I mean, yeah, so basically L had decided for these two kids to be following him up, right? But they hadn't made a final selection, I guess, yet. That's what the thing was. And so L never got to actually say which one of them he wanted to follow him up. So this is where the guy, Roger, suggested that they should just be working together, but clearly they don't really see eye to eye with each other. And so what we get now is this very, you know, I mean, basically that mellow guy then decided to sort of separate himself, right? And here we are a couple years later suddenly, and now both of them are tracking down, trying to track down Kira in their own ways. So I love about the personality of these two kids that they just remind me of Light and L. And of course, the odd part is that we have a replacement for L now who very much is like him, but L is obviously dead. But then at the same time, Light, you know, there's this guy who sort of reminds me of Light in a way with his very driven, egotistical, like, persona that he has. But Light is obviously still here. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing else really to say about that. But it does make me wonder about their motivations all in all. I feel like the Near, you know, Near, who is then the new L, I guess, he has more of L's sense of justice too, and just sense of morality, I guess, a little bit more. I feel like, again, L definitely did have more of a sense of morality and trying to do good to the world. Then again, Light obviously argues that he is doing good for the world too, but it is more of a well, it's an interesting way of figuring that, you know what I mean? So, and this Mellow guy sort of has his own, yeah, again, he clearly shows that he is ruthless and is willing to make any sacrifice necessary to get to that truth, even if it means, you know, like abducting, well, first there was, again, the director of the MPA, right? And then later it became literally Light's sister. So, yeah, very fascinated to see where all of that is going to go. Maybe the one thing that I actually didn't catch on to, I realized that while I was just quickly going over the episode another time, but it was actually Light who killed the director. We saw him hang himself, but it was right before that ad break before there that we could see Light on the brink of writing down some name again. So he was the one responsible actually for killing the MPA director, but then at the same time basically got his own sister abducted, I guess, in the process. So I don't know if that was really a good choice, but I guess he did so to prevent more information from coming out or something, right? Yeah, interesting too how, of course, Nia possesses this information about the Kira case. He seems to be way more up to speed, and I do wonder, I mean, it was mentioned that Nia did a bunch of research in all this time, basically, that we now skipped. But I still wonder if he actually did get all this information from L beforehand as well. Because, yeah, I mean, he knew about the Death Note and everything, right? So I would figure that he actually did, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, everything went so fast in this episode, I didn't even fully get the time to take it all in, I feel. And I hope that I'm not coming across as completely clueless. This show moves fast, and this was definitely one of those episodes that might have been the fastest of them all, in all fairness, for now. So it's a weird, I mean, it feels a little bit weird because suddenly here we are and the whole new, like I said, arc sort of starts and we're dealing with these new characters and it's like, okay, I mean, they are completely up to speed while I'm still trying to figure out how to feel about everything that's going on. So there's kind of this disconnect at the moment, but I'm fascinated to see where it goes. I have no real, I just don't really know how to feel about it right now yet, in all honesty. So I'm looking forward to thinking it through a little bit better and then, you know, coming back in the intro for next episode and hopefully giving a little bit more input about the situation and stuff. Yeah, and then seeing where it goes from there. So for now, guys, I hope you enjoyed my reaction here to episode 27 of Death Note. Of course, the next 8 episodes are already up on Patreon. If you want to check them out right now, we will be already on episode 35 over there. So go and check it out, along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. All of that is linked on top of the description, as always. And then for now, I want to thank you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.